Hey, welcome to Bulldog. Today we're going to talk about your new floor scrubber that just showed up and what we're going to teach you how to do in today's video, how to get the machine off of the pallet successfully, how to put the machine into service, and then clean it up when you're all done. So stay tuned, we've got plenty of great information for you. All right, so it's time to get the machine off of the pallet. Before you do that, there's a few tools that you're going to need. Hammers, wrenches, or drills, safety gloves. We have a knife. Pry bar is going to be handy to get the uprights off of the pallet. Take your knife, great place to start. Remove the box that has the wand kit. We're going to remove the squeegee, lefty-loosey. There's another one on the other side. Okay, it comes off in the back. Take the hose off, put it on top of this plate. Set the squeegee aside. It helps if you put it the right direction. The back of the machine from the operator position should look like this. You'll have a tag that says the machine has been tested and initialed by the tester. Right? Then you're going to have a set of keys. We're going to go ahead and remove these items. You will have two keys with your scrubber. You're going to have the main key and then you're going to have the spare. They're both the same. Pick one to use, put the other one somewhere safe. Also, the central command is going to be protected with a piece of foam. Okay, just go ahead and remove that. It's just to protect it during shipping. Let's get the machine off of the pallet. So step one, I want to make sure this machine already has the squeegee in the up position, okay, but this lever, if this lever is rotated down, I want to make sure that I lift that up. All right, take your main key. We're going to go ahead and put it in here where the key switch belongs. I'm going to turn the unit on. You have a yellow sticker here that's a brush icon with weights. We want to go ahead and push this towards the minus sign, and you're going to see the scrub deck lift off of the pallet. Before you take the machine off of the pallet, this is your speed control knob. We'll talk more about that later, but go ahead and just make sure that it's not cranked all the way to full blast. And we're going to use this toggle switch here, which is going to reverse the machine off of the pallet. All right, the time has come where we're going to get this machine into service and we're going to clean some floors. So step one, we took the squeegee off. Let's go ahead and put that back on the unit. Loosen these knobs. You're going to go right in here on these slots. Tighten it down. Replace your squeegee hose, top of the squeegee. Let's check and make sure that the brush is installed correctly or the pad driver on the front of your unit. You have two knobs up front, loosen those. Your shroud up front comes off, okay, and this machine's installed with a nylon brush. Interesting item of note, if you want to take this brush off, scissor clips, comes right down. You can take it off and clean it, inspect it for any wear. Whenever your scrubbing fiber gets down to the length of this yellow fiber, which is called a wear indicator, it is time to order a new brush. How do I do that? Your part number is right here. Spin that and make sure that the brush is on correctly. Then reinstall your shroud. Finger tight, don't need to be Hercules. Before we run the machine, I want to point out a couple of items. Pop this hood latch, go ahead and tilt the unit open. All right, this is your battery compartment. In here are your manuals. You'd probably want to remove those before you start using the unit and store them in a safe place. And then also inspect your batteries, make sure that there's no damage. Put the lid back down, latch it into place. There are two options for filling this machine, right? They're both in the same spot. If you've got a garden hose, right, this is going to go right in here to where this trap, this stainless steel basket is. This is in case you have anyone that decides there's an empty hole and trash belongs in there. It's to catch any debris so that it doesn't go in your solution tank. This is the second place that you can fill your machine up. There's a suction cup on the end here. Right, you can take that and you can plug it on, right, and let her rip and fill the machine that way. That person needs to go see the doctor. Let's talk about the control panel before we put this machine into motion and start cleaning the floor. So starting at the top left of the control panel, you have your battery gauge. It's all the way over and full. That's a good sign. You have an hour meter here on the bottom. This is a brand new unit, so it's reading 0.0. Okay, this is your reverse toggle. We touched on this already when we were getting the machine off of the pallet. And we also touched on your speed gauge, which is right here. Tortoise in the hair, pretty straightforward. This is your down pressure gauge. This is how hard you're scrubbing the floor. If you're on a concrete floor, this gauge might not move much, but if you are scrubbing rubber matting, perhaps in a gym surface, you really want to keep an eye on this because you can pull a lot of current. All right, so to make the machine run, This turns on my vacuum, turns on my water, this turns on my brush, and as you saw when we were taking the machine off of the pallet, this raises and lowers my scrub deck. So I would like to go ahead and drop my scrub deck down to where it makes a little bit of contact with the floor. I'm gonna turn my brush on, my water on, and I'm gonna turn my vacuum on, lower my squeegee, and then there's a button under the handlebar. One here and one here. They both do the same thing. I can use them both or one or the other, and we're gonna start scrubbing. You see this green light is illuminated. That lets me know that I have water going to my scrub deck. The amount of water going to my scrub deck is controlled with this lever. Right now I'm putting a lot of water out. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it down a little bit. If I'm going to increase down pressure, you can see that gauge move. Just make sure that you're staying out of the yellow and the red, but it is going to move around as we go over uneven floors. There are irregularities in your floor no matter how flat they appear to be. All right, and then when I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and lighten it up. When I'm done, I'm gonna lift the scrub deck off of the floor, brush off, water off. I like to leave my squeegee down and continue to drive forward and make a nice dry exit. Once I've recovered all of the water, raise the squeegee, turn my vacuum off. The machine will still drive, you just won't be cleaning the floor anymore. So now we're gonna go back and clean this scrubber up and put it away for the night. So it's time to clean the machine out, all right? So we've went ahead and scrubbed the floor. We wanna get rid of that dirty water that we picked up. You've probably seen a hose like this before. It has a crush valve, so it's meant to be folded over like this. Get the hose down to the ground to where you're gonna drain it, then release the cap and release the dirty water. Some other items of note for cleaning up your floor scrubber at the end of the day, release this lid, okay, lefty-loosey. We're gonna go ahead and take this lid off, and this gives you great access into your tank. So we're gonna go ahead and rinse that out, leave your hose down on the ground. Okay. Plenty of room in here to rinse that tank out. Okay, after we've gone ahead and rinsed out the inside of this tank, check it for any debris, wads of hair from the gym, or if you have mulch in there, whatever, just get any large chunks out. Okay, and then the other item of note on top of the tank that we want to go ahead and address is this lid here. A couple of items underneath. You have a float system in here. Okay, we got a stainless steel cage, this aluminum retainer ring on top, we're gonna remove that, super simple. And then the stainless steel cage. Periodically, you wanna inspect this and make sure that it doesn't become clogged with fuzz, hair, just generalized schmutz. And you wanna clean this off. It's stainless steel, you can clean it with whatever you want and make sure your balls are clean. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and spin this back down. Securing it in place. You don't have to be a hero. And I'll also note, when you're putting this lid back on, 2 fingers, just a little bit of tension. Don't be overly scrumptious when you're putting this lid back on, or you're not gonna be able to get it off again. All right, this is a pre-filter, so before any debris might actually get into your vacuum motor, this is designed to stop it and foam. If you start to develop a dirty ring here in the middle, give us a call, we'll be happy to send you another one. When you're done scrubbing, what I like to do is leave this open so that any of the warm, moist air that's inside of your recovery tank can go ahead and exit. It's gonna leave your tank smelling much better than if it's all sealed up. A couple other things that you can do for maintenance on the scrubber that I recommend is you can take the same hose that you cleaned your tank out with, if you're in an area where you can do it, and back flush your squeegee hose. You'll get items clogged in there eventually, and back flushing this hose will really help with preventing any clogs from developing over time that's gonna restrict water recovery off of the floor. Get any excess water off of it, go ahead and put it back on the unit. Bird's eye view is nice there. And what I like to do is clean the squeegee daily. Every time you use the machine, okay, I like to take this hose off. So we're gonna remove the squeegee. All right, then take your squeegee whenever you're done and a clean towel. Just give it a light wipe, okay? Any dust, hair, any other particles that are on there should come off, and it's gonna keep your blades nice and fresh. One quick item of note, light maintenance item. Periodically, your scrubber might fail to dispense water out to the scrub deck, and likely one of the causes is right here. This is a filter. It's designed to filter out solids that might be in your cleaning solution or in your water if you have hard water, so that it doesn't go through the valve that meters the water out to the scrub deck. So it's a preventative maintenance item, and if you want to clean this out, right, you would twist it to the left to get it loose. There's a stainless steel screen inside. Take it out, rinse it in a sink, return it to this plastic filter bowl, put it back onto the filter housing, twist it to the right until it's tight and it stops turning. Make sure that you drain all of your clean solution out of the scrubber before you take this cap off. Once this cap is removed, whatever cleaning solution you have in the tank will spill onto the floor. Draining your solution, if the machine's gonna sit for more than a couple days, you take your solution hose and pull it down, remove the plug, put it down to the floor, and this is your solution drain. Reinstall. A couple of notes here on the side of your central command below your key tag, right? If you have the wand option, you have the toggle switch here to turn it on. And then there's just a couple of breakers. If you're scrubbing along and using the machine in any capacity and something stops, likely one of these breakers has popped out. Give it a couple of minutes to cool off and then you can push it back in. Last but not least, you have a dual USB charger. You can plug in a speaker and a phone and rock out while you're scrubbing the floors. Hey, we're gonna take the wand out of the box and put this sucker into use. All right, so this is the wand. Couple of items, all right? Hey, you got scrub brushes and a head that flips over to reveal your squeegee and a spray jet underneath. All right, so how this works in practical application, let's put the wand right here for a sec. Take this end with the brass fitting. Okay, it's just like an air hose coupling. And you see you have a stainless steel coupler right here, okay? That goes into one end. I'm going to take my squeegee hose off of the unit, okay? It connects on the other end of the stainless steel coupler, and then this blue pigtail goes right here. All right, so the end that we haven't used, okay? We're gonna connect. We're gonna connect. All right, so we got the unit hooked up. Turn on your vacuum motor, turn on your spray jet, and you can spray water. Okay, so when we're done with the unit, right, all of the water that we sucked up is gonna be in your recovery tank, so clean the machine out like you would normally. But when we're done, we wanna make sure that we turn the pump off. Once you're sure that the water that we've sucked up in our hose has gone into the tank, you can shut down your vacuum motor. Make sure you keep the cuff with the hose. Otherwise, this is not gonna go back onto your squeegee. All right, the last thing you wanna do when the machine is done at the end of the day, back up to any regular wall outlet. You'll have lights that turn on once you plug the machine into charge. They're gonna cycle through. Okay, so we got a power light, that's the blue light. And then here in just a second, it's gonna start flashing green. The green flashing light lets you know that it's charging. When it is glowing solid green, the unit is done charging. It's ready to be unplugged and put back into service. So hey, thanks for watching our video today on how to uncrate, operate, clean up, and some light maintenance on your Bulldog floor scrubber. Thanks for buying an American-made product. Thank you for buying a Bulldog.